it's showing today we're watching Heartstopper Season 2, Episode 5, Heat. Very excited to see how the rest of this trip goes. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction and all of my reactions on my Patreon 1 week in advance, edited version 2 weeks in advance, and let's go. No.
Oh my god. Is that...
Your babies.
Everyone will notice.
The girls have any makeup?
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I don't even know how to do that, to be honest.
It's fine.
You know you didn't mean to. Why did you answer the door like that? Ask Elle for makeup tips to help cover up these hopeless children.
It wasn't just his fault, I was also involved.
Oh, no need for the gory details.
Not hungry.
Not really.
Oh, I'm very, very worried about this boy.
I'll pack you a croissant, so if you get hungry later, we'll have a snack.
He's very sweet. Imagine stay away from Harry too.
It's a date.
Stop it! Shut up, Harry!
Next up,
Teachers aren't going to say anything about the clearly homophobic bullying. Why are you obsessed with putting those two together?
I don't. But do you ever stop and think how you're actually making people feel? Like, come on, Harry. Where's your basic human empathy?
I can't believe it, Outbook
So
boy.
stupid. Everybody thinks it was me.
This is so
Just
super.
because we're both gay.
What happened at the Paris trip meeting?
About Tao's proposal? Yeah, I kind of feel like we should have known it would have been a disaster after that. But I still feel like if they just
Darcy.
kiss, they'll figure it out.
Darcy! You know that's not what I meant.
It's okay if you're scared, but tell her you're scared.
Let's just get on with the worksheet.
It's okay if it's scary for you. Be honest with her about whatever it is that's holding you back.
First Charlie, now Imogen. You were the one who told her about me and Charlie, aren't you?
No,
It's your mission.
you're
to,
ignoring her.
like, mess up my life. What if I said I want Charlie back? I get it. I was a dick back then, but I was dealing with my own shit.
You're still a dick
Charlie
now
didn't
with
even
how
give me a chance to figure myself out, and then you came along and you stole him from me.
you assaulted him before Nick
Charlie
did
really liked me
anything.
before you got in his head.
Nick, don't let him get to you.
It's very easy on the stairs and stay hydrated.
Sorry, you're making the children take the stairs. Only psychopaths take the stairs up the Eiffel Tower. There's a perfectly functional lift.
You didn't get tickets for the lift?
Yeah,
No.
psychopaths.
Hey, Nick. Is that hickey from you then?
Oh,
What if it was? You jealous?
good response.
Leave him alone, lads. Come on.
Pathetic little men.
Got your own problem.
He was seconds late in answering that. God, I really don't like Nick's dad already.
You could get if something did happen. Still mess it up like I always do with everything.
You don't mess things up.
You
Name
don't.
one thing you've messed up.
I'm basically the reason you got outed last year.
It's not your
After you
fault.
came out to us.
But you know that wasn't your fault, don't you?
Bless this boy.
Like, that was clearly an accident.
Mm-hmm.
We've been friends since the first day of year 7.
Hey, I'm Tal.
Look at the babies.
So shy and scared of everyone. But I immediately
Bless
thought
the
how
babies.
cool and funny and
Are you guilt-tripping me into being nice about myself?
even if things
Yes.
don't work out with you and Elle, you're a good person who deserves love.
Charlie is so lovely. He's not telling anything that's not true to Tal, but so lovely. It could be a friendship locket too.
gave me this hickey if you keep this up.
That's the Mona Lisa.
Yes,
That's it. It's rubbish. What? Darcy, it's
that's a very Darcy.
This one feels kind of romantic.
I love Nick being part of this friendship group.
What is?
You don't have to understand your feelings completely to know that you like something. You don't have to...
Little wingman
always
action
figure
here.
everything out. You can just...
Where are we going?
No idea.
I can't run.
Good job, wingman Nicholas.
I just love being here.
You don't want to go back to the others?
No.
She wants to be with you. You don't, if you make it, push pressure on it.
Right.
Alright.
Should we get going?
Oh, how long has it been since he's eaten and it's a warm day?
Oh, your mum texted you? Wow.
Oh,
It's nothing. Let's take a photo with this one.
what problems is she having?
Met your parents? I don't know.
Is she not out to her parents
Why do you always
or?
do that? I feel like you're hiding stuff from me.
I'm not.
I've never met your
The
parents.
point of having a
never been to your
partner
house, and
is to tell them your
I didn't
burdens, my
even wanna
love.
say I love you back.
I know you're babies, and the thing you learn as you grow older is you need to share your burdens. And are you okay? When was the last time you ate anything or drank anything? Or talked to anyone about what you're going through?
Charlie, what's wrong? Charlie? I don't feel very
Oh, baby boy.
Somebody get Mr. Farouk! Charlie?
He's not eating, right?
Cinematic. They should make more movies in the Louvre. I can only think of the Da Vinci Code, and you would literally have to tie me to a chair if you wanted me to watch that actual
He is Tao.
monstrosity again.
Oh, yes, the babies.
Elle.
I'm so sorry.
No,
That happened.
it's okay. That was lovely. You were just he was just being accepting of you being you, and you were loving him being you, him being him even. Babies, these characters, these babies all deserve the world. Doesn't have to be a big grand date, you just do what you're already doing and then...
What just happened?
It's just, you passed out.
Onto your boyfriend though, so all good.
I've noticed you don't
Oh.
really eat a lot,
You're so brave, my love.
generally. Like, I feel like you eat less than you used to. Yeah.
Because it can be so hard to bring up something like this when you notice it, because you're worried about upsetting the other person.
Hey, no.
Oh, there is nothing to be sorry
You
for,
have nothing to be sorry
sweetheart.
about. I want to understand.
You need to talk to someone about it, and you both need to talk to an adult about it.
Other days I feel like I need to control it.
Yeah.
I used to do it a lot last
This
year.
show tackles a lot of
Everything at
issues,
school was
doesn't
really
it?
bad. Sometimes it feels like the only thing I can control in my life.
Yeah.
If there's anything that I can do to make things less stressful, cheering you up, I'm your boyfriend, Charlie. And
I think together you should talk to an adult and help get him some help as well,
really
but
care about
it's
you.
so good that someone knows and that Nick broached the subject with him.
Va, j'ai pu le faire. Ok. À bientôt.
Even the trip, is he allowed to lead the trip?
What?
You speak French. Like,
He doesn't talk about his dad.
Sort of. Alright, so I've been trying to...
Oh.
Hey? Wait, do you like the fact that I speak French?
Yes.
Mon amour.
oh my god, you're so cringe.
You actually don't look like you're cringing, you look like you're blushing.
Doing this in public as well.
Leave me alone.
But they're so everything.
No! No!
Less than. I'm glad Charlie's feeling better.
He's not the most reliable.
I'm
He's not
sorry,
my dad,
sweetheart.
so
You can choose yourself over your parents if you need
I had
to.
this idea that I might introduce you to him.
You brave, lovely boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That just scares me because the thing that his homophobic brother said was, what's Joe gonna say? Now, hopefully that's just him being homophobic and assuming everyone else will be.
We promise to tell each other when we've got stuff going on.
Yeah.
Deal.
I love them.
When are you actually meeting up with him?
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh Lord, their teachers are gonna have a heart attack. I want to give them hugs. This show is just everything. I am so glad they addressed Charlie's eating problems. I think in the season 1 it was kind of there, but not as much. And just this season, it's just been very apparent. And I hoped I was exaggerating things. I'm glad Nick felt comfortable enough to confront him with it, because obviously it's a scary thing you can do, because there is the danger if you say to someone like, I've noticed you haven't been eating, they might shut down, they can be in denial. And the fact that Charlie then trusted him enough to say, yeah, you know, I struggle with it and it helps you get in control. I know they have each other. I know that hopefully Charlie will be able to tell Nick if things get bad, but I also really hope that they tell an adult, and that if Charlie doesn't want to, that Nick tells one on him. I know that that's like breaking trust, but with something like this, it isn't, because, you know, Charlie fainted today. He needs to get. I mean, I feel like given everything he's been through, that sweet boy probably could do with a therapist regardless, but he could do with someone that knows about eating disorders and knows about ways to kind of help him from falling back into that pattern. It's not going to be easy, but he deserves that help. He deserves that chance to not be going through this, and to know that there is help out there and that he's not alone. I just love Nick for the minute they were alone, bringing it up and asking him and making sure there was food on them just in case. Very sweet. The whole museum trip was lovely. The Eiffel Tower was lovely. Watching these back to back, I'm like, was that even this episode? But yeah, you know, obviously the hickey was unfortunate, but I think a lot of people are gonna kind of vaguely have suspicions it's Nick, simply because of how close they are, and the ones that will be the ones that know Nick the most, like his friends. I still despise Ben. Like, he genuinely has talked himself into thinking that Nick stole Charlie from him. I'm very worried about Ben. Like, genuinely, Ben is someone that I feel like, if we were in America, could end up becoming a school shooter. Like, he scares me. Very unstable, needs a lot more help than he's getting, but his parents just think he's their perfect darling boy, he's never done anything wrong, and so he's not going to get that help, and he's going to grow up to be a very, very horrible man. He doesn't also seem to have any friends, because he was alone all the time. I was saying Nick and Elle. I mean, the Nick and Elle scene was lovely, good wingmanning, but Nick and Tao, my god. Elle and Tao, my brain fog hates me, were very sweet this episode. Both of them wanted to be together. Both of them thought the one actually didn't and wanted to be friends instead. And so when they kissed, then she freaked out and then he kissed her. Because that moment was so lovely, because he was just basking in watching her be her. Her drawing, her just losing herself in the moment, in the majesty of the place and in the art. And then he just started talking about films and being very Tao with his opinions and everything. And they both were just so in love with each other in that moment, and it was so sweet. Because that's what I was saying. The problem, that things that went wrong previously were that they tried to make it into this big thing that we are now dating. That is different to what we were doing before, instead of just kind of continuing what they were doing with dating. So that was very sweet, and I love the way their friendship group is so supportive of each other. I'm stressed. I'm stressed. I'm stressed. I'm stressed for the meeting with Nick's father, because best case scenario, his dad is the kind of person who, when he's around, is fantastic and charming and wonderful and the best dad ever, and then when he's not around, he forgets you exist. That is honestly what I feel like is the best case scenario out of this meeting. I am just concerned because I swear one of the things the brother said is, what's dad gonna say when he finds out? And that freaks me out, that maybe the brother knows their dad and knows that he will have a problem. Hopefully that was just the brother being homophobic and assuming the dad would have a problem because he did. I'm just glad Nick has Olivia Colman. How did she ever father 2 children with that man? If that man is homophobic, he might be great. He's an absentee father though, so that's shit. Like, you can live in another country to your child and still respond to their text messages. Sneaking off from the school trip, it genuinely, I feel a bit anxious. Like, thought of doing that at like 16, 15 in a different country. Those teachers are going to lose their minds. Now, hopefully there's enough time left in the day, but they're probably going to also be like, hey kids, have you seen Charlie? We wanted to check that he was feeling okay after he fainted. And then everyone will be like, oh no, we haven't seen them since that. I mean, the closest thing I had to that was actually in a university trip to Paris, where there was one day where, because we weren't studying Napoleon, we didn't have to go to the Napoleon bit. I would have been with my family anyway. And so my friends and I went to Disneyland Paris, and the next day, our professor was like, what did you do yesterday? To me, out of all of us. And I was like, we went to the Louvre. And he bought it. It was fine. But we were adults. You know, I don't think there was anything legally, not legally, but, you know, we could do what we wanted. We were adults. It just felt like he was quite a snobbish professor, so, like, he wouldn't have been very happy if though we went to Disneyland. I did not do that at 15, but hopefully they'll be back in time with no one being any the wiser. I love this show. It's not afraid to tackle kind of real problems that kids will face in a really empathetic, loving, real way. Reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction and all of my reactions to this show on my Patreon. 2 weeks in advance, the edited version 1 week in advance, and thank you so much for watching.